Hello children, welcome to this English teleteaching program. Today we are going to discuss grammar. I would like to welcome all of you to this grammar session. In the previous grammar sessions, we have already discussed parts of a sentence, the most important parts, that is subject and predicate parts of a sentence. And we have also discussed word classes, and in word classes we have discussed nouns and adjectives. Today we are going to discuss verbs and adverbs. But before going to discuss verbs and adverbs in this session, I think you might have understood the previous session discussion, but let's have a recap for 1 or 2 minutes, then we will discuss the new things, right? So let's go for recapitulation. We have discussed in a sentence the subject and the predicate, they are most important parts. We have different types of word classes like nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. And in nouns, we know that nouns are naming words. They are the names of persons or objects or a material or a quality or a feeling. If you say Harish, Girish, Ramesh, these are the names of persons. If you say Katak, Bhubaneswar, Puri, Koraput, Nabarangpur, Raulkela, these are the names of places. If I say table, chalk, duster, pen, pack, computer, books, all these things, they are the names of objects. If I say iron, wood, silver, these are names of materials, right? And when I say punctuality, sincerity, honesty, these are names of qualities. And love, sorrow, hatred, then all these things, they will come under your feeling, right? So these are all names of different things and they are nouns. And we have also discussed nouns can be categorized under two main heads. They are countables and uncountables. And the countable nouns, they are either singular or they are plural, right? And when the nouns, they are used in the sentences, they are called noun phrases. And in noun phrases, we can also use determiners with the nouns. And we, in the previous session, discussed the adjectives. Adjectives are the describing words, as you know, and they add more meaning to the nouns. And we use more adjectives to make the language lucid, sweet, right? So to describe persons, objects, qualities and different things, sometimes we use adjectives. So dear children, you now see, let's begin this verbs with a very good, very interesting letter. Read the following letter, which is in a postcard from a daughter to her mother. So a daughter has written this letter to her mother, right? Look at the screen, very good picture, the daughter is writing. Now you read the letter. New Delhi, 15th March 2021. Dear mom, we are in New Delhi now. We are staying in a very nice hotel. It's great. The sun is shining, so I am wearing a big hat. Sinu is swimming in the hotel pool and I am writing postcards. We are having a great time with a lot of fun. See you soon. Love, Khushi. So, my dear children, this is the letter from a daughter to her mother. You now see, I have used red color for some words. You just see are, staying, is shining, am wearing, is swimming, am writing, are having, see, all these words in red color, they are called verbs because they talk about actions. So, actions or state like this. We are in New Delhi. That means the daughter says they are now in New Delhi and they are staying, that is an action. Shining, the sun is shining, and she is wearing, right? She is writing, she is swimming. All these are actions, right? See you soon. So, when we end the letter, we use like the last sentence, see you soon. Love, Khushi. You are writing letters and you are supposed to write letters in your examination. So, very carefully you mark the format of the letter and the style of writing. Now, the question is, the red colored words, they are verbs, right? So, how can we identify verbs and how we can use verbs perfectly in our sentences? Now, you see some more examples. Study the following sentences. Duti Chand runs very fast. You see, she is from our state, she is the pride of her state, we should feel proud of her, right? So, Duti Chand runs very fast. Children are watching the cricket match on the television, right? So, runs, watching. Then you see, Jyoti is intelligent. She is working with a computer, right? She is very intelligent. The sun rises in the east. So, all these four sentences, they have four verbs. Runs, are watching, for phrases are watching, each, then rises. So, the underlined words in the above sentence suggest art of action done regularly or being done in the present or suggest a state or habit. So, you just see these red colored words which we watched on the screen with pictures. They talk about actions and they talk sometimes about the state or habit. So, all these words, they are called verbs, right? Now, you study some more sentences. Kavita dances well. Barsha sings well. Chandan smiles. Ashutosh walks slowly. So, these activity verbs, dance, sing, play, smile, act, quote, watch, draw, cook, and this type of other verbs, they talk about activities or actions, action verbs, right? So, let us do an activity, and before going to that activity, let us see some other type of verbs, mental verbs. I think it is too late. I wanted to meet him, but I could not. I know it is wrong. So, you just see, want, think, know. When we say I think, I want, I know, all these verbs, they are mental verbs. And like these verbs, we have some other verbs like love, hear, feel, read, remember, see, suppose, like. All these verbs, they are called mental verbs. And mental verbs also, they are of two types. They are dynamic verbs, they are also static verbs. So, when mental verbs, they are dynamic like see, hear, read, think, love, etc., we can use, sometimes we can use ing. I am seeing, I am hearing, I am reading this, I am thinking. Sometimes we can use, not always. But there are some stative verbs that talk about the stateness, right? I enjoy, I fear, I hate, I believe. So, the stative verbs like enjoy, fear, hate, believe, remember, these are all mental state verbs. So, my dear children, again I repeat, the mental verbs are of two types. They are dynamic verbs, that means we can use ing forms. There are some stative mental verbs also, right? So, let us study some more examples. How can I complete my tasks, mom? Jyoti asked. You have to start early, mommy said. Hey, stop there, he shouted. So now you see in the first sentence, right? Jyoti asked, ask, then say, call, tell, speak, talk, describe, write, suggest, thank. These are called communicative verbs. Means when they talk to each other, when people talk to each other, they can use these type of verbs. That's why these verbs are called communicative verbs. He asked, he said, he called him, he told, like this, right? And there are some other verbs, they are called verbs of aspect. Now you see some more examples. Keep on talking, keep. She stopped writing, right? So keep, stopped, you see. The boy started running. He begins to read the book. So keep, continue, begin, start, stop, all these verbs, they come under the verbs of aspects. So my dear children, we have some verbs, they are mental verbs. We have some verbs, they are action verbs. We have some mental verbs, we can say dynamic mental verbs, stative mental verbs, and we use some verbs for communication, for talking to each other, and they are called communicative verbs. And we have also some verbs which are called verbs of aspects like keep, continue, begin, start, stop, etc. Right? So once again you see, the boy runs very fast. We are watching the cricket match on the TV. Priyanka is intelligent. The sun rises in the east. These underlined words in the above sentences, they suggest action done regularly or being done in the present, or suggest a state or habit. That's why they are called verbs. We have already discussed this, right? So let's do one activity. Activity 15 of your textbook. Choose the correct verb given in brackets. When do you dash off? Climb, rise, get. We can say, when do you get up? The horse dashes faster than the deer. So runs, walks, flies. So the horse runs. We can say, the horse runs faster than the deer. My friend can dash English well. Say, tell, speak. I can say speak. My friend can speak English well. A goldsmith dash ornaments, right? Sells, buys, makes. A goldsmith makes ornaments. Bad news dash fast, goes, travels, disappears. So this is a proverb that bad news travels very fast, right? So my dear students, now we used some verbs. Another activity from your textbook in your chapter, first chapter, activity 16, complete the following conversation by using the correct option given in brackets. And the title of this passage is Enjoy the process, not the fruit. Young man, who dash most powerful? Who is most powerful, not are or not am, right? This is the agreement, who is. Pandit, one who dash intelligence, one who has intelligence. So who is powerful? One who has intelligence. जी बुद्धि है से बेसी powerful. Young man, oh I love a strong lion without intelligence dash, easily defeated by a little fox. Is or where? A strong lion is. So a strong lion without intelligence is easily defeated by a little fox, right? Then young man, what about gems? Pandit, they are dash only 3 gems: food, water and sweet words. Fools consider the pieces of stones as gems. So each are, there are only 3. So when more than one is there, we can use there are, right? Young man, what is my duty? Pandit, you just do what you think. You can do what you think. And listen, enjoy the process, not the fruit. This is the last line, right? So my dear students, you please do all these exercises at home so that you can understand the verbs and you can use verbs perfectly, properly and in proper places, right? Let's go to adverbs. So we discussed nouns, we discussed adjectives, we will discuss adverbs, and in the in other chapters also all these things are clearly given and we will discuss later. So we will just know what is an adverb, what is an adjective, what are nouns, like this. So now you look at the screen. You can find a very good picture. A girl is dancing, and the name of the girl Googly, right? Googly dance very well. The turtle moves slowly. So you see, very well, slowly. So well, slowly, right? You just mark the underlined words. The man was seriously injured. Seriously, right? So very well, seriously, right? The lady is running very quickly. So quickly, very quickly. All these words underlined, they are adverbs. It is raining heavily, heavily. A bat flies normally in the dark, right? So you now see, Googly dances beautifully, the turtle moves slowly, the man was seriously injured, the teacher comes always on time, he ran very fast, a bat flies normally in the dark. So beautifully, slowly, seriously, always, very fast, normally, the words in italics and which are underlined above describe how the action is done. So how Googly dances beautifully, how the turtle moves slowly, how was the man injured seriously. So they talk about how they modify the verb, an adjective or another adverb. You see, very fast, very beautifully, right? So very is also an adverb which again modify another adverb. Very fast, both of the words, they are adverbs. Very is one adverb and fast is another adverb. So sometimes adverbs they also modify adverbs, right? So let's do this activity so that we can use adjectives in sentences. Fill in the blanks choosing the adverbs from the box. Absolutely, seriously, very, extremely, beautifully. This knife is dash sharp. This knife is very sharp. The man was dash injured in the accident. The man was seriously injured in the accident. Soumendra is dash faithful to Gandhian ideals. Soumendra is extremely faithful to Gandhian ideals. Radha is dash beautiful, is very beautiful. The mat is dash designed. The mat is beautifully designed. And we can also say Radha is extremely beautiful, no problem. Sometimes many more adjectives can also be used, right? So let's go to the next activity. Activity number 18, fill in the blanks choosing the adverbs from the box. Well, slowly, naturally, clearly, carefully. Its market area, drive dash, drive slowly, right? The nail moves dash. And we can also use its market area, drive carefully, we can say, right? The snail moves very slowly. Gopabandhu Babu teaches us English clearly. Babita recites poems well. Braja paints pictures naturally, right? So you can use like this, its market area, drive carefully. The snail moves slowly. Gopabandhu Babu teaches us English clearly. Babita recites poems well. Braja paints pictures naturally, right? Then we will discuss activity 19, some more adverbs. Fill in the blanks choosing the adverbs from the box. So mind your children, if you go on using the adverbs, then you can understand and use adverbs properly, right? So why are you driving dash fast? So fast. Kamalini has done dash well in her examination. Has done fairly well in her examination. Sachin is dash the best of all the cricketers. Sachin is doubtlessly the best of all the cricketers. Mr. Das is dash on time. Mr. Das is always on time. Is always on time. Sunita has got a high temperature. She is dash ill. She is probably ill. So my dear students, now you knew how to use these adjectives. Let's go to the next activity, activity number 20. Fill in the blanks choosing the adverbs from the box. Occasionally, just, exactly, extremely, hardly. The information counter is dash at the front gate, is exactly at the front gate. I dash go, I occasionally go. I go dashly against law, I go hardly against law. नियम विरुद्ध प्राय मु जाएनी, right? So price is dash off, price is just off. You are dash on time, you are hardly on time, or you are, we can say you are exactly on time, right? So sometimes we may use adverbs for at different places. The same adverb can also be used at different places, right? So dear children, we discussed all these activities, and from these activities we know that adverbs are usually used to talk about the verbs and how the action is done. We can understand by the help of adverbs. Adverbs are of different types. Some adverbs they talk about time, some adverbs they talk about manner, and some adverbs they talk about place. So when I say he ran very fast, so how did he run? He ran very fast. So here fast is the adverb and very is also another adverb. And when we have two adverbs like this, very and fast, the first adverb is called intensifier. In the adverb and adverbials chapter, we will discuss all these things vividly, very clearly. So suppose you see occasionally. Occasionally, here you just see I occasionally go, I sometimes go, I never go. So never, occasionally, sometimes, hardly, all these adverbs they talk about time. They are time adverbs, or we can they are all talk about frequency. Occasional means how long, how many times, and in this case we can use this type of adverbs. We have also some adverbs like hardly, never. These are negative adverbs, and if we use these adverbs at the beginning, then we have to bring the auxiliary verb to the beginning. Suppose I say I have never seen such an accident. I have never seen such an accident. Suppose I will use the never at the beginning, then I can see never have I seen such an accident. And I have hardly, you just see I go hardly against law. If I use hardly at the beginning, then I can say hardly do I go against law. So there are, these are negative adverbs like hardly, scarcely, never. These adjectives, these adverbs, they can be used before the verbs and at the beginning. I always go to school in time. You just see I go to school in time always, and I can also use I always go to school in time. So sometimes we can use the adverbs at the beginning, at the middle, and towards the end of the sentence. So it depends on the meaning and the use of the speaker or the writer at the time of using the sentences. So I think all these things will be very useful for you. So you please practice all these exercises and you can understand the adverbs very clearly, right?